We're live on Instagram.
Live on Instagram. Hey everyone on Instagram, how's it going? Who's here? Is anyone here yet on Instagram? I can see people are here on YouTube.
Here we have Pastor Roscoe, Peyton,
Yeah.
Ellie, and Julio.
Who else? What about YouTube? Are we live on YouTube right now?
Him.
Can
we
you?
have Adeline, Giada, Dakota, Matthew.
Yeah.
Mark.
Who else we got? YouTube is very behind. I don't know how to.
All right.
Pastor Roscoe.
How do the streams look? Is YouTube looking good right now?
Genesis is here. Everything's looking good. Yeah.
Taylor's here.
Tay-Tay.
Yada's here. Mark is here. What's going on, Mark? Matt, he's here. I'm excited about this. This is great. I'm excited. Welcome to Starpoint Live. This is what we got. This is who we are. I'm excited that you are all here. We are going to start off with a couple of things. What are we going to start off with? We're going to start off with a quiz. You know what? We're going to do a little bit of trivia. I want to give away a prize. So, the first person on either YouTube or Instagram, both of them, the first person to tell me what year did Starpoint start? The year that we began. First person to type that answer out and submit it is getting a $5 gift card to Dunkin' Donuts.
Whoa. Oh.
Anybody know? Who knows?
Oh
Anybody?
My word.
So exciting.
Anyone know on Instagram? Anyone know on YouTube?
Not
What do we got?
seeing anything yet. I think people may have run to ask their parents.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Brayson got it!
Brayson? All right.
2003
Congratulations, Brayson.
was the year that we started.
2003. 2003 is the year we started. Brayson, you are getting a $5 gift card to Dunkin' Donuts. So sorry, everyone on YouTube. Ooh, 2004, 2005, I'm seeing. Adeline, the daughter of the pastor, does not know when the church started, Adeline. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. It's fine. It's fine, you weren't even born then. We have a lot going on for you. We got an exciting lineup today. I think first, are we starting with game? No, game in the mattress. So, we are going to start with a game. That's what we're going to start with. We're going to start with a real quick game. And Rachel is going to lead that game. So give it up for Rachel.
All right.
Yeah, congratulations, Rachel. Tell us what you got for us.
We are going to play a quick, fun game. We're going to bring Adeline and her mom, Miss Annabelle. Why did I do that? Well, hello, Adeline. But Annabelle's here with us. So, Annabelle, come on up here. Miss Mary, come on up here. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, guys.
We are so excited that they're here. They're joining us. We're going to be playing a generation gap game. You're each going to have to guess slang from the other person's generation. So your mom is Gen X, and you are Gen Z. So we have some slang from Gen X, some slang from Gen Z. See who can get more right.
All right.
Alrighty?
I'm ready.
So ready. All right, let's start off with Annabelle.
Okay.
If I was to say nice threads, what do you think I meant?
Nice clothing?
It is!
Oh,
Good job!
wow.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
No words.
I'm impressed.
I know, me too, honestly. I didn't think I'd get this.
Mary, if I was to say no cap, what do you think that means?
No cap?
No cap.
Like no limits, you can do anything.
Oh my goodness. Annabelle, do you want to tell her what that means?
No lie.
No lie. Like that's for real. Okay.
I knew that.
All right.
Yes.
If
So wise.
if I was to tell you don't have a cow, what do you think I mean?
Oh jeez. Why would
Don't
anybody
have a
do?
cow,
Why
Annabelle.
would anybody say
Because
that?
it's cool. I still like to say that. Like
Don't have like a.
You know,
Don't have a fit.
yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Is
That's
just
all I'm saying, don't have a cow.
Okay?
That's
Don't have
it.
a cow.
Just
That's-
don't own one.
I'm
Just
gonna
don't even have it.
Do
Don't even
not
get the cow
have
out
a
of here.
cow.
Don't have a fit.
Oh, she's good at
She
this.
got it.
Wow.
Look at me,
Don't get
guys.
I'm
Just an oldie at heart.
An old soul. At home, she's always like, "Don't have a cow, mom."
Well, Mary, if I was to say
want to wager?
Well, do you want to fill in your mom on what that means?
It's like, do it, you won't. I bet you won't do it.
Oh.
Or like, some people answer it as like,
Bet.
okay, like bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right,
all
I'm
right.
learning a lot tonight. I'm learning a lot.
Annabelle, if
I'm
I was to
cultured.
say,
Yeah.
the skinny, what's the skinny?
What?
What's the skinny?
Like,
You know, keep it
what's,
skinny, Annabelle.
Oh,
What's-
don't give her any tips and help.
like,
I'm
what's
like
new?
way behind on
What's
this.
new?
the
What's the,
tea?
what's the tea? She got it.
Look
The
at that.
skinny is spilling the tea.
Okay.
Hey, I know what spilling the tea is.
You do?
Yeah, my kids
Well,
do it all the time.
all right, all
No,
right.
Just kidding, just kidding.
What is spilling the tea? Does she
Don't
really
do-
know?
all right, it's like
should.
giving the gossip, what's happening, the good stuff. Like,
Oh,
Wow.
the
Spill the
secrets.
tea?
I'm
Yeah.
impressed.
Good
Good
job.
job, Mom.
All right.
I'm the cool mom.
Oh my gosh.
If I was to say to the max, what do you think that means?
I can't believe I used to say this.
To the max, like to the limit. I don't know how to.
Wrong.
I
Wrong.
don't know.
It is. It's wrong. What would you
I
say?
don't know. Yeah, how you would
How would you?
explain it.
How would you explain it?
Like, I guess John is the bomb, like to the max.
Yeah. Like
what?
he's
Yeah.
the best.
He's the
It's
best at shredding
so, like,
guitar.
If you were saying
To the
something,
max.
you would say to the max at the end to like
Yeah.
really
To the max.
emphasize
Oh.
it.
But you'd have to kind of throw in that, like, to the max, like,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Wagon
On
to
to
the
the
max.
max.
Like,
Alright.
and then-
Well,
If I was to say that slaps, what do you think that means?
I mean, it's a bummer.
What does it mean? I'm sorry, you're wrong.
Oh,
like that's great.
Yeah.
What?
It's basically the same
Opposite.
thing as to the max.
So close.
That slaps.
I'm so close on all these.
John slaps at guitar.
All right.
Yes.
Again, I'm learning so much today.
Alrighty. If I was to say gag me with a spoon, what would you say that means?
That's easy.
Gag me with a spoon. Oh,
Like that's disgusting.
she got it right.
She did get
That's,
it
that's
right.
a
Yeah.
little extreme.
Yeah.
That's just
No,
a
it
little
doesn't.
extreme though. But all
You
right.
have to say it again. Gog me with a spoon.
Oh.
Like that.
Okay.
If I was to say that's big yikes, what would that mean? It's a big yikes.
Like a big mistake. Like, yikes.
Yeah.
Did I get it?
Yes, she got it
1 out
right.
of 10.
All right, we'll do one more each.
Okay.
If I was to say you're a gilder, what would
I
that
love
mean?
it. Hey, all my Granville peeps out
You're
there.
like-
Yo, hear this.
How would you explain it?
How
Like
do you explain it,
I
Gilder?
don't even know. how
You
to
guys,
explain it.
everyone's probably learning a new word right now. Like
I would,
gilder.
yeah, I would rather have you explain. I just don't
Try it.
like.
You know this. It's in your blood, don't forget.
It's like,
She's from
you're like-
Granville, New York, so Gilder's in her blood.
Like, jeez, I don't.
Like redneck.
Yeah,
Like,
redneck.
You
there
kind of
go.
like, it's like a redneck, but
That's
it's like
special slang. That one's just from Mary's
my
hometown.
hometown.
Yes.
So,
we'll
yeah.
give
From
you-
our family
to yours.
Yours
And we
is
invite,
like-
let's make it a thing. Let's
A
make it a Starpoint
Starpoint.
thing. Like,
Rednecks
you're
are
such a
gilders.
gilder.
Yeah.
That's how you say. You're such a gilder tonight.
Such a
I look
gilder.
like such a gilder
You're
today.
being such a
You smell like a gilder. Like you can love it in so many
Anytime.
ways. Yeah, you're gonna love
It's
it.
great.
Gilder.
Okay, if I was to say, which one do you want to choose?
Sus.
Okay, that's sus. What do you think that means? You're so sus.
John says,
That's sus.
I know what that means
I
behind the
feel like
camera.
I know what it means.
I actually don't know what that means. Sus.
Tim is not as cool as we thought he was, guys.
I don't know.
Sus.
Like, oh
I'm not
man,
in with
that's
the
a little
youths.
sus.
like you're being like that's really snotty and snobby.
What does it mean?
Sketchy. Suspicious.
What do you guys think?
Suspicious.
Do I get that point or not?
That's
Suspicious.
suspect.
Do I get the point?
It was close, but like
No.
not quite close enough.
No, sketchy is not anything near what snotty is. It's
I
like
think
two
it is.
different.
I think that means that Annabelle took the win. She knew more of your
Wow.
generation's.
Maybe
stuff.
because I still say it. Yeah, like Annabelle gag me with a spoon and don't have a cow, Annabelle. Like so, I feel
don't
like
have a cow, Annabelle.
So I did have a little bit
All
of
right.
an advantage cheer.
Well,
Thanks,
thanks,
guys.
guys.
Thanks for
I
having
hope
me
you learned
tonight.
some new sayings, and maybe you can go try and trick your parents with some of your generation's words. With that, we have something very special for you today, I think.
Well, you know what? Why don't we do announcements really quick? That's what I'll do. I'm going to tell you about what's going on here at Starpoint. Annabelle, do you want to come back up here?
Oh, sure. I'd love
Yeah.
to.
Do you want to go through the announcements with me?
I would be honored to.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. So, first announcement
First announcement.
that I'm going to tell you about is our anxiety group,
Oh,
our
that's-
anxiety support group.
Okay.
I do want to tell you all that it is okay to not be okay. It's okay to feel anxiety and to be stressed out and to not know what to really do about it. It's okay to be to be just confused and upset and not know why. But that's the thing. We want to support you. So
Yes.
while it is okay to feel these things, we want to be there for you and support you and help you get past that and to be better. So we have an anxiety support group. If you find yourself feeling anxious, feeling just stressed out, you don't really know what to do about it, this support group is for you. I think everyone should really be a part of this because everyone is experiencing anxiety.
Yeah, definitely.
Really. So the sign up is on the church website. If you head to starpoint.org, what is the church's? Starpoint.church? Starpoint.church is what I said. If you head to starpoint.church and click on the events tab, you'll see the anxiety group. You can sign up for it.
Yeah.
It'll be a multi-week program. We have someone who's leading it who is trained in these things and just is there as a support and a help. And so I'm really excited about this, and I think that it would greatly benefit many of you. So, secondly, we have Bible studies. Remember, they're still going on, guys.
They're amazing. I
we're
love
going
it.
on. I love it. She does though.
I do.
I love them too.
I love connecting
Yeah,
with my
so-
small group. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Especially during this hard time. It's so nice to be able to talk with everybody your age and see what's going on. It's a good way to still connect with people even though we may not be at church.
Wow, that was better than what I was gonna say. That's great.
Yeah.
She's right. It's the way that we really are connecting as a group. It's how we meet as growth groups. It's how we still are able to come together in fellowship and connect with each other and hang out. It's a lot of fun. So just continue showing up and signing up for those.
They're amazing.
If you check our Instagram or Facebook, you'll see the times if you don't know about it, but I can tell you, let's see if I can remember all the times off the top of my head.
Oh.
Yeah, so on Sundays is middle school boys meets, the 6th grade middle school boys meets at 2 p.m. The middle school girls meets at 10:30 a.m. The 10th and 11th grade girls meet at 7 p.m. Sunday nights.
Yep.
And then on Tuesdays at 5:30, the 9th grade girls meet on Zoom. At 7 p.m., the 7th and 8th grade boys meet on Zoom. On Wednesdays at 7 p.m., the high school guys. And at 7:30 is the senior girls. So,
Look at that. You have it all
I
memorized.
know, I think that's all of them. Wow. So, just continue signing up for
Yep,
those.
definitely.
And what do we have next? Summer camp.
Summer
do you
camp.
got about
This
summer
is something I am so excited for. Oh my gosh, this is just the best time of my summer, guys. If you are not signed up, I promise you, you have got to sign up because it will be the highlight of your summer. Not only is just summer camp in general amazing, but this camp is at the beach. I don't think it gets better than that, guys. It really does not. And I understand that some people may feel homesick sometimes, but like by the first night, you're just having the best time in the world that you're like, I'll see my family next week. Because, I mean, it is amazing. So definitely sign up because you get to spend a week at the beach learning about Jesus with your best friends. It really does not get better than that. I've begged all of my best friends to sign up, and it's going to be a blast. So come join me at camp, please, because it will be amazing.
Yeah, wow. That was better than what I could say.
Who's gonna be there, though? Who's gonna be there?
I'm going to be there.
Woo!
Tim, are you going to be there?
I'm so gonna be
Yeah,
there.
you definitely have to come. And Rachel, are you going to be there?
I'm gonna
there.
I'm gonna be there. Tim's gonna be there.
I'm gonna be there.
Rachel's
Rachel's
gonna be
I'm gonna
there.
be there.
You have to be there. Or
Yeah.
I promise you, you're gonna miss out because it's gonna be amazing.
It's a ton of fun. So go to the church website, which, as you heard before, it is starpoint.church.
Yes.
Is our website. Go under the events tab and you'll see camp. You'll see camp signups.
Definitely sign
And
up.
all the information about that. So make sure to sign up.
Yeah.
Great, thank you, Annabelle.
Yes.
Yeah, I really appreciate that.
Yes, of course.
hmm So you can leave now if you want,
Okay.
and come back for worship in a few minutes.
Okay.
But before worship, I've got a little surprise for you. Just want me to move over? Oh, the other way? Oh, going this way. All right. Sorry, I was just being told to move. But we have a surprise for you. We are doing a live episode of Math Riddles with Matt. So, Matt, are you here? Can you hear me? Let's see.
Yes, I can hear you.
Ah, there it is.
Woo, it's Matt!
Guys, it's
Matt!
We,
I got it.
we got we got some good riddles planned for Matt. Now, if you don't know, Matt holds the national title in Starpoint riddles. It's a pretty high title to hold. Obviously, it is a bar that was set super high by who was the last one to win? Probably the last national holder was actually Shiloh. Do you know that? Shiloh was the top riddle person until you came along. So she
Okay.
lost the title. But anyway, are you ready? Are you ready for Math Riddles with Matt?
I think so.
All right. First riddle is, here it goes. If it is 2 hours later, then it will take half as much time till it's midnight as it would be if it were an hour later. What time is it? Did you get all that? I confused myself while talking. So
If it was 2 hours later,
yes.
it would be half as much time to midnight as if it were 1 hour later.
Yes. So what time is it? Those of you at home, if you guys know the answer, I dare you to try to beat Matt. This guy's a whiz.
If anyone beats Matt, leave it in the comments.
Yeah. Right now, I should have been keeping track of time. Well, you guys know what time. I think it's been maybe 15 seconds.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Oh, 9.
9 is the
Hang on.
answer.
That's how
Wow.
quick he got it?
Wow, yeah, that was really quick actually. We were just like, let's keep time, and then you got it. Wow, right on. Did anyone get it? Anyone say 9 before Matt did?
No, Brayson thought it was 3:30, but
Oh,
close, but
He
not
took a
quite
guess. All right. Hey, that's all right. Let's I got one more for you, Matt. You ready?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. This one is 4 years ago, Alex was twice as old as Jake. 4 years from now, Jake will be 3/4 of Alex's age. So how old is Alex?
4 years ago, he was twice the age.
Yeah, he was twice as old as Jake
4 years
ago.
from now,
And yes, 4 years from now, Jake will be 3/4 of Alex's age. So how old is Alex? Anyone at home know how old Alex is? Guys, if you beat Matt, there's a prize in it for you. I personally
right.
don't know any of these.
wait, 20, hold on.
I'm personally
4
not
years
even
ago,
trying.
he was twice as old.
4 years ago, Alex was twice as old as Jake. 4 years
Okay.
from now, Jake will be 3/4 of Alex's age. So how old is Alex right now? Guys, I think this one actually is stumping him a little bit.
16?
No, it is
No.
not 16.
Hold on.
Oh, okay. Holding
No,
on.
don't tell me.
All right, I won't tell you.
Matt will get it. He
He'll
can
get
do
it.
it.
Oh, 20.
No.
No.
We need what's the music? What's that like theme song music that we need? What's
All right.
the thinking's music? What's that? Is it Jeopardy music? Yeah. Is that Jeopardy?
Sing with us at home. Matt, we believe you can do it. Guys, we're just going to try and make the screen just a little bit better for you guys on Instagram so that you can see it. So let us know in the comments when it's better, okay, guys? This is what I got. This is what I'm working with today.
We're gonna use ears. Send in the ears. What are you
Or
trying
the
to do?
stand. We're trying to get the stand up with bunny ears.
Literally higher?
Other way.
That's perfect. No, that's perfect. Put the bunny ears under. Yes.
We're trying.
Yeah, that's good. Leave it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
Let us know in the comments if that made
Are
it
you
better.
stumped, Matt?
If you can see Tim a little better.
I think my notation is, so 4 years ago.
Alex was twice as old as
Right.
Jake. Wow. Did I stump you?
Minus 4,
This might be the
or
first
plus
time.
4,
Yeah.
3/4.
Oh, better. We're so glad that made it better.
Is it better?
Yeah, everyone in the comments is saying it's a lot better.
All right, great.
So glad. Apparently
Matt,
bunny ears make it better.
If you don't get it in the next 30 seconds, Matt, I'm gonna have to tell you the answer.
Oh, Rebecca says 31.
Rebecca is wrong.
Aw,
So sorry, Rebecca.
Is she
Good
close?
try.
No, she's not close.
Hey, you're trying, and we're all home from school right now, so I know I'm not practicing my math.
All right, Matt. Last
I
chance
definitely am not
before I tell you.
practicing my math, I can tell you.
All right.
I don't know.
The
Oh
answer
no, we
is
stumped
Matt.
Matt, guys.
We still Matt.
8,
This is-
12.
12. It is 12.
Okay.
Oh, he was so close. He had it
wow.
down to 2
That-
things.
Guys, I did not expect to stump Matt. That
I
wow.
mean, did we really
Yeah.
stump him if he had the answer? But
Yeah, I
just-
don't know.
Guys,
Who knows?
what do you guys think?
Yeah, well, thanks for tuning in
No,
for our
I didn't get that one.
Matt, go ahead and wave bye.
Thanks for tuning in for our live episode of Math Riddles
Bye,
and
guys.
Matt. Bye, Matt. All right, we are now gonna bring you guys what you all came here for, which is worship.
Hi guys! John and I are so excited to be worshiping with you guys today. So just wherever you are at home, feel free to sing out and worship and give him the praise. And we're going to sing about his reckless love that he has for us and just how great his love is for us. So just give him the praise today. Woo!
For I spoke the word, you were singing over me. You have been so, so good to me. For I took a breath, you breathed your life in me. You have been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leads song for you today, so just sing out at how good he is and how he's never gonna let us down. The king of my heart, be the mountain where I run, a fountain I drink from, oh, is my song. And let the king of my heart be the shadow where I hide, a ransom for my life, oh, is my song. You are good, you're good, oh, you are good, you're good, oh, you are good, you're good, oh, you are good, you're good, and let the king of my heart be the wind inside my sails, the anchor in the waves, oh, is my song. And let the king of my heart be the fire inside my veins, the echo of my days, oh, is my song. 'Cause you are good, you're good, oh, 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 come on. You're never gonna let me down. Come on, sing it out wherever you are. He's never gonna let you down. You're never gonna let me down. We sing, come on. You're never gonna give him the praise tonight. You're never gonna let me down. You're never gonna let me down. Come on. You're never gonna let me down. You're never gonna let me down. You are good, you're good, oh, 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 you're never gonna let me down. You know that. You're never gonna let me down. You're never gonna let me down. You're never gonna let me down. You are good, you're good. You are good, you're good. Oh, you are good, you're good. Oh, you are good, you're good. Dear God, we thank you for how good you are to us and how your love is just never going to let us down. We thank you that we can come together today, just worship and praise you on this Instagram and YouTube live stream. I ask that you open up our hearts for Tim's message and what he has to say to us today. Love you, God. Amen.
Woo! Give it up for them! Great worship today.
That was so good. I'm telling you, that's worship is the reason I came tonight. I don't know about you all. Do you want me using this mic or should I just speak out loud?
Oh, I can take it out. You can speak out loud.
Got it. All right.
I don't know. I came for your message, Tim.
Yeah? Oh, did you? Do you see me on Instagram? Am I in a good spot? Are we golden?
I think you are golden.
Yeah?
You are ready to
Wow.
go.
Thank you so much, John and Annabelle. You guys are wonderful. Thank you so much for the prayer. That worship was wonderful. Today, we are moving back into our series. We are in week 2, which is actually halfway through, of our Love-Hate series. So this week, we are talking about letting love be your filter. So, with that, I wanna begin with a little question, and you respond in the comments. Are you ever thankful for when a friend lets you know about something embarrassing? Say when you've been walking around with your fly down, or maybe it's your friend lets you know that you have something in your teeth, a little bit of broccoli, a little bit of pepper. Don't tell my mom I'm telling you this, but my mother gets things stuck in her teeth every meal. I don't understand it. It's not like she has normal teeth like everyone else. It's just like how it's always like pepper flakes, literally everything. So if you're watching tonight, sorry mom, but otherwise it's just it's important to let her know. Do you or maybe someone lets you know that you have a little bit of toilet paper stuck to your foot. That's embarrassing. It's like everybody poops, but it's still embarrassing when you walk out of the bathroom and people know that's what you were doing in there. Or maybe you are talking bad about someone, which if you were here last week, we talked about how we need to use love when we spill the tea instead of spilling the tea. But you know when you're like maybe just talking about someone and that person walks up behind you and your friend is like, hold on, wait, shh, they're behind you. Don't talk about them. Or maybe it's someone that you like. Maybe you're just like talking about your crush and he walks up right behind you, or she walks up right behind you and your friend is like, oh, cut it, he's right there. Oh, hey. You know, that I'm sure happens to everyone all the time, really, and we're always so thankful for our friends when they do that. I mean, no one really likes to be told that they have toilet paper stuck to their foot or that they have food in their teeth. But what people dislike even more is when you've gone all day and your t-shirt has been tucked into your underwear, or you have some in your teeth, and people are like, well, we noticed earlier, but we thought maybe you'd get it yourself. But you didn't. That is the worst. But there's also the circumstances where it's a little more serious. When you're talking about things like relationships, there's like I'm now noticing the arm that appeared. Maybe it is, but when you're talking about relationships or when someone's just acting up, when you have a friend who's just not been themselves lately, and you're like, do I bring that up? Do I tell them that they've been acting strange, or do I tell them that what they're doing I'm not proud of? Like I don't like what they're doing. Is it worth it to let them know? To let them know that what they're doing is wrong? Now, what maybe sometimes you should say something, but there's some things that keep you from doing that. Things like maybe we don't want to ruin a relationship or a friendship. Maybe we're like, well, I'm not going to say anything because we're really good friends, and if I tell them that they've just been acting, they've been doing things that I'm not happy about, or they're dating this person that I don't really like her, or I don't really like him. I don't know if I should tell them. It's not my place. We're good friends, and I don't want to ruin that friendship. Or maybe you're like, well, they're doing these things, but I've done them in the past, and I currently struggle with these things. So maybe it's not my place to bring it up because no one's, I'm not better than them. So why would I tell them that they shouldn't do that if I struggle with it myself? Or maybe we think that they just won't hear us. They just won't listen. Maybe we're worried that they'll just ignore it and we'll feel like we wasted our time or embarrassed that we even brought it up because they just ignored us. Or maybe we just don't know what to say. Maybe we're like, well, I want to let them know, but I don't know how to tell them. I don't know how to tell them that what they're doing isn't what God wants, or what they're doing is their parents would be upset about it, or what they're saying and doing is hurting people around them. I just don't know how to go about bringing that up. Or, that is one camp. Maybe you're someone who has never struggled to tell it like it is. Maybe you're someone who is not afraid to be honest, to tell people exactly what you're thinking and exactly what they are doing wrong, or exactly what they need to do to improve themselves. Maybe you're very confident and you're like, well, I don't struggle with what to say because I just speak my mind. That's what people like. Well, maybe, the issue with this, the problem with this side is that some people, don't enjoy the way that you brought it up. Some people immediately tone you out because all you do is tell them about themselves. All you do is you're negative and you say, these are the things you're doing wrong and these are the things you can improve. Or I don't like your girlfriend, and that's just how I feel. And they're like, well, I'm gonna ignore them because they say things like that often. So either side is a struggle sometimes to understand, to know, or to be able to figure out in that situation, is it worth it to bring it up? Or am I bringing it up in an appropriate, and in a humble, in a gentle way, in a kind way? And well, that's what I want to talk about tonight, because if you've ever wrestled with those things, you're not alone. I've struggled with it. I mean, there's all the time. It's like, well, I have a friend who was really struggling in college, just doing things that they were doing things that was really straining our relationship and everyone around them. They weren't being good. He wasn't being good to his girlfriend. He wasn't being good to his friends. He was all around just unreliable, and it was a trend. He wasn't always like this, and so it was. I lived with him. That was the problem. I tried. I couldn't figure out if I should bring it up. Is this gonna make living with him hard and awkward? Is it gonna be a struggle? Is me telling him about what he's doing, is he just going to be able to turn it around on me and say, well, you've been with me some of these times, you've been around, you've partaken, you've done things that I'm not proud of. Well, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say, and that's what I want to talk about tonight. That's we've all been there. So, when you don't know how to approach those conversations, I want to tell you where to turn. I mean, you can always turn to the Bible, but I want to tell you how to approach those conversations with love, because no one wants to be known as a hater. No one wants to be that person who's negative, who only tells people about what they're doing wrong. No, we want to be known as Christians, as people who are positive, right? So I want to talk about this tonight because it's a hard one. Last week we talked about letting love be what you're all about. And, that you shouldn't, even when it's trendy to hate on other people, to say bad things about people, to gossip, to spill the tea, even when you think maybe you're doing it right, well, maybe you're not. So last week, that's what we talked about, letting love be what you're all about. And so with the goal of love in mind, when thinking about love and making love being what you're all about, how are we supposed to go about handling situations when somebody is literally doing something bad, doing something dangerous, or doing something just plain dumb? The world tells us that, it's who are we to judge? The world says it's not your business, it's their business. So don't keep to yourself, do you, and let them do them. That's what the world tells us, that everyone can just be themselves and be whatever they want to be. And I'm not here to tell you not to be yourself, because please be yourself. But I am here to tell you that the Bible gives us a blueprint on how to approach situations when we know that what is happening, what they're doing, what they're saying, what they're being like is not what God wants. And so we're gonna open up to the book of Galatians. So this book, the book of Galatians, it is in the New Testament of the Bible. So if you have your Bible with you, or if you're using the internet, just look up Galatians in the Bible. Go to Galatians 6. The book of Galatians was written by Paul to the people of Galatia. So that town is an area in modern day Turkey. And in the church in Galatia was experiencing exactly what we're talking about tonight. So Paul addresses this, and he does this in Galatians 6, verse 1, which goes, "Dear brothers and sisters, if another believer is overcome by some sin, you who are godly should gently and humbly help that person back onto the right path. And be careful not to fall into the same temptation yourself." So, what is Paul saying here? Paul is saying that we need to do way more than just talk. We need to do more than just pull our friend aside and be like, "Hey, what you're doing, it's wrong, okay? I'm just going to say it, and that's where we're going to leave it." No, Paul is telling us that we have to do so much more. If we are to approach these situations, if we are to show up to our friends and tell them that what they're doing is ungodly, well, we need to also be there for them. We need to walk through the fire with them. We need to be there to help and support them. We should help them get back to the best place that they can be to be on track with God. Paul isn't saying, I don't want you guys to think Paul is saying that we always have to be personally responsible for our friends. No, Paul isn't saying that we have to always watch our friends to make sure they don't slip up. He isn't saying that we should put ourselves in situations that risk us to fail and pull us down into temptation to correct our friends. No, Paul is saying use your mind and use wisdom. This thing that is wisdom. Essentially, he's saying, understand what is going on with your friend and judge the situation, and then approach it safely and kindly in an atmosphere that is safe, in an atmosphere that is kind. He says these two magic words. He says, with humility and gentleness. You and I can help those who are struggling, but we need to do it with humility and with gentleness. You can't just show up and be like, "Hey, what you're doing, bad. That's not what God wants. I know what God wants, and it's not what you're doing." No. We have to show up with humility. We have to say to our friends, I see what you're going through, and I see that it seems hard, and I just want you to know that this is how it makes me feel, and this is how I feel about it, and this is how I think that God feels about it. This is, I want to walk through this with you. I want to help you get to be where God wants us both to be. So Paul then continues in Galatians 6:2, verse 2. He says, "Share each other's burdens, and in this way obey the law of Christ." So how do we really help our friends? How do we really do it? Well, we do it by carrying each other's burdens. So think about it this way. Here's an analogy that some of you, maybe this will help some of you to really grasp this. When you're in the gym, when you're working out, and you're doing something on like the bench press. So if you're underneath heavy weights, there's a thing called a spotter. It is a person who comes up behind you and who makes sure that you don't drop the weights on yourself. They're there to support you. They're not there to bench the weight. They're not there to do the weight because that's what you were doing, but they are there to support you and make sure you don't hurt yourself and keep you safe. And so that is exactly what we are supposed to do. This is what Paul and what Christ is calling us to do. Paul cared deeply about the church in Galatia. It's why he wrote this letter. As Jesus followers, we must do more than just speak up. We must do more than just point out what's wrong. And we don't just go around, pointing at people, pointing fingers and sharing everyone's business with everyone. No, we have to do it, again, with these two words, gentle and humble, gentleness and humility. Some of us don't really have a problem with speaking up, and that's great, but, this is when you need to check yourself. You need to say, is what I'm about to say to this person, is what I'm about to do for them, is how I'm addressing this situation. Is it kind? Is it humble? Am I coming to them in a gentle way? Paul put these words in for a reason, and it's because it's addressing both these camps, those who have trouble speaking up and those who have no problem speaking up at all. Hard conversations are never going to be easy. I mean, we call them hard conversations. A hard combo is going to be hard. But avoiding the hard conversation that's not loving. It isn't loving to avoid the hard conversation, nor is it loving to enjoy the conversation, to enjoy telling your friends what they're doing wrong. That's not loving either. So whenever we are going to help our friends back on the path, we have to come at it with love. We have to ask ourselves, am I showing love in how I'm treating this person? Am I letting love be my filter? Filters, you guys know what filters are. Instagram has them, Snapchat has them, Facebook, literally any camera app has filters. And what a filter does is that it distorts everything in the screen. Not only does it distort, sometimes it makes you prettier, like just shinier and softer. Sometimes it adds things. There's Snapchat filters that adds funny things to your face, or Instagram filters that make you a dog. Wherever you look, the camera kind of changes and adjusts for you. And I think this is exactly what we are called to do. We are called to use love to filter everything that we do, including helping our friends, including helping people through hard situations. We are to use love, and so that it filters all of our actions. So we are called to do it even when it's awkward, even when it's uncomfortable. I had to stop my roommate. I had to essentially sit down with him and be like, I've been avoiding this for so long, but I got to bring it up. And this is how I feel, and I'm here for you, and I want to help you change, but I want to do it with you, but something does need to change. And it was the most awkward conversation I've had in a long time, and we got through it, and our friendship, he is my best friend, and we are closer for it. So even when it's awkward, we need to do it. And so how do we apply this filter of love? Well, I've got a couple ways to do that. We can let love be our filter for our involvement. So is what's happening, is the activity that is happening, is the thing that's going on in their life, is love. I want to involve myself. I think I need to involve myself, but I want to do it from a point that is from love. And so that can be a hard one. It can be hard to know if you should step into your friend's world and say, I disagree with what you're doing. It can be hard to decide to do that, and that's where I am here for you. That's where your growth group leaders are there for you, your parents, any other adult that you trust, older siblings even. I want you to know that you can ask other people. And this is when you use love as your filter, please ask people if you need advice, if you're unsure about how to do it. And another situation is letting love be our filter for our words, is how we're approaching this problem in this conversation. Is it bad? Is there love in the way that I'm speaking to them? And am I saying all these statements that it's like, this is what you're doing, this is what you should do to change, or this is how I feel about what's happening, and this is how we feel, and this is how I don't think this is what God wants for you. We need to let love be our filter for our actions and our reactions. Not only do we have to decide to use love when we decide to help our friends, get through what's going on in their lives, but we also have to use love in our reactions. This is important when a friend comes to you and admits that something's going on in their life and they need an accountability partner. They need someone to help them through the fire that they are currently burning in. You need to use love to control your reactions to it. It isn't showing love to just be like, that's horrible. How could you be like that? How could you be doing that? I don't want any part of that. No, we need to be able to judge when we get involved, like I said earlier, but we also need to use love to control the way we react to situations. So when we let love be our filter, we end up sharing the burden. We end up sharing the burdens with those that we love. So if you don't get anything else from this evening, just remember to let love be your filter and to use that to share the burden, to walk with your friends, to tell them that what is happening is negative, but I'm here for you. And this is what God. This is what I think God would want for you and for us, and this is how we will get through it. So with that, I'm going to wrap up with a prayer real quick. We'll do a name draw. I want to give a prize to a leader. I want to give another prize to a student, and then we'll wrap up tonight. So bow your heads with me. Lord, thank you so much that you came for us, that you died on the cross, and then that you rose again, that you defeated sin so that we can have a relationship with you. Thank you so much that you gave us this blueprint, this instruction manual for how to let love be our filter for how we see the world. Lord, so I pray that the rest of this week, this year, the rest of this quarantine we're in, Lord, I pray that you just use the rest of the time that we have together to grow and to change and to always let love be the filter that we see the world and how we react to the world. Lord, I pray that you will use us as we go back to school eventually and to work and our friends and our daily lives, Lord, that you will remind us that love is better and love is the way and love is the filter that we use to see the world just as you use love to see us, just as you first loved us. So in your wonderful and glorious name, amen. All right. So, Rachel, I want to give away some prizes. First, I want to give away a leader prize. The leader who commented the most on the live stream, either on YouTube or Instagram, I want to buy you coffee. I'm going to give you a Dunkin' Donuts gift card so you can just spruce up your morning just a little bit in this weird season we are in. So, Rachel, do you know who
I think
commented
it
the
was
most?
Meredith. I am going to take a quick scroll. Sorry if I get in the screen through the comments here, but I think it was Meredith. We also had Mark watching, Matt watching.
I'm sure they were all watching, but who is it? Meredith?
Oh, commenting. Sorry. Meredith commented the most.
Meredith, we're giving you. I want to buy you coffee. I know you're working hard, saving lives in this pandemic we are in, and I want to buy you coffee. So, Meredith, you got a prize, and how about a student?
With that, I have our wheel.
Do you got the wheel? Let's spin the wheel of those who were here and those who were commenting and who were active. Let's see who was here the whole time. All right. Let's gotta hit this. Yeah. Okay. Let's give this a spin. Where it lands, nobody knows. I don't know. Yeah, help me spin because I got a bad angle. Yeah. All right. Okay. Oh no. I'll just spin. I got it. All right. Where's it gonna stop? I don't know. It's gonna stop. Okay. Now let's see who gets it. Ellie Simmons gets also a $5 gift card to Dunkin' Donuts.
Hope you like Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah,
Maybe make a run, get out of the house for a little while.
Yeah, just go to the drive-thru, maybe get a hot chocolate, maybe get a cold chocolate, maybe get coffee. Maybe you enjoy coffee.
Yeah,
and
maybe a donut.
Yeah, a donut,
sandwich.
something like that. Yeah, a little croissant, a little sandwich, a little breakfast, Sammy. Hey, any of those things. You can buy any of those things. It's on us. So thanks for tuning in. I'm going to see you here all next week. Just remember, camp, Bible studies, anxiety support group, all those things are going on here. I'm just so glad you all could join us. So with that, I love you all. Take care and
bye, everyone.
goodbye. Au revoir. Zai Jian.